Good morning show. A Wakulla County woman is behind bars accused of trying to kill her own mother. The charges she's now facing. Plus, a man behind bars for stealing a car, and now police are searching for his female passenger. A description of the woman just ahead. And today is the last day of 2015. New Year's Eve celebrations will be happening all around the country. We'll take a look at some events happening here locally. Meteorologist Brittany Beatty is in the check with that New Year's Eve forecast. Will we need the rain gear tonight?
Live from the WCTV studios, this is the Good Morning Show. Coverage you can count on.
Good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us on this Thursday. You have made it to the last day of 2015.
It's hard to believe, but it's already here.
Yes.
Not feeling like the end of December, though.
No, the weather feels like it's like spring, yeah, almost summer out there. The humidity is so high, and so hopefully we can start to see this taper off a little bit.
Yeah, we're finally going to start to see an end to those humid days for the next couple of days. But first, we have to deal with all of this rainfall, of course, moving through. Notice much of North Florida, South Georgia, especially along the Panhandle, still dealing with those showers developing ahead of our next cold front. And that's going to keep the rain chances in the forecast for the rest of the day. Even right now, we're also under a flash flood watch in a few counties, especially out into our southwestern Georgia counties, highlighted in green, all the way down to Liberty County until 1 p.m. today. Of course, that's just due to that rainfall that's approaching. And then we have a couple of flood warnings along the Flint and Apalachicola rivers. Those warnings are set to expire on Saturday during the evening, but still something we are going to continue to monitor because we have these showers pushing through, even through the early morning. Gadsden County getting in on some rain, even Leon County, southern portions of Leon County seeing a little bit of what moderate to heavier rainfall. So this pattern is going to continue through the rest of the day, which means that you need to have your rain gear ready, possibly some extra time if you're heading out on the road, because if you're not seeing that rain, you're dealing with that fog. We're down to 3/4 of a mile visibility in Tallahassee, a half-mile visibility out in Perry, reduced visibility, of course, in areas with fog and with those showers. So be cautious out on the roads, especially during the day today and evening with those wet roads. Temperatures area-wide are in the upper 60s to the low 70s. Still a lot of cloud cover out there. And as the morning goes on, those showers can still stick around too. So those rain chances remain in the forecast. Some of our eastern counties dealing with the fog. Western counties dealing with some of that rainfall, and a few of those showers going to remain scattered through the rest of the morning, even into the afternoon. And of course, everyone's keeping an eye on that forecast for New Year's Eve. And so far, it looks to be cloudy. With those rain chances still in the forecast, we'll take a full look at what you can expect coming up in just a few minutes. Shonda, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Brittany. Well, new this morning, Reverend R.B. Holmes, president of the Tallahassee chapter of the National Action Network, has issued a request to Blountstown Police Chief to release dash cam video of the death of Barbara Dawson. 57-year-old Dawson died last week after being arrested for refusing to leave the Calhoun Liberty Hospital. Reverend Holmes said in a statement, quote, "I'm calling upon Chief Mark Mallory, chief of Blountstown Police, to immediately turn over all dash cameras or videos that are available in reference to the unfortunate death of Barbara Dawson." He goes on to say, quote, "I have been informed that the family attorneys have asked for the video in the spirit of transparency and unity. If the request has been made by the proper parties, we feel this request must be granted." Meanwhile, dozens packed at St. Stephen's AME Church in Bristol last night. It was to discuss the death of 57-year-old Barbara Dawson. The NAACP hosted a town hall meeting about how the group will help Dawson's family find justice for their loved ones. NAACP leaders are saying if Dawson was white, that she would have been treated better. Chris Groh has more.
Based on what we've seen in the past, it falls back down the race. It falls back down the race.
Local leaders of the NAACP continue to call for action after the death of 57-year-old Barbara Dawson. At a town hall meeting Wednesday night, the group disclosed it will be asking the FBI and Department of Justice to look into the case.
Were she white, do you think that her treatment would have been any different?
We believe it would have been different. We truly do. I wish history would change. I'm sorry. I wish the pattern would change. But we haven't seen that.
The FDLE is currently investigating the case, and so is the state's Agency for Healthcare Administration. An autopsy says Dawson died of a blood clot in her lung.
She begged and she pleaded, "I'm sick. You're killing me. You're killing me. I'm sick. Let me stay." No, you got two choices. Walk out, or we're going to carry you out.
In days after Dawson's death, the hospital CEO said the condition is both hard to diagnose and treat. Both the CEO and Blountstown Police Chief Mark Mallory vowed earlier this week to be fully transparent.
Well, Landry also called for the release of the dash cam video from the day of that arrest. As we mentioned, so far it has not been released to the public. Dawson's funeral will be this Saturday. Wakulla County woman is behind bars accused of trying to kill her own mother. Deputies arrested 39-year-old Deborah Sterling after trying to kill her 62-year-old mother on Tuesday. Well, they responded to a domestic disturbance call at a home on South Springwood Boulevard. Sterling allegedly stabbed her mother several times during an argument. Well, she's currently in stable condition. Sterling is charged with attempted murder. This morning, a man is behind bars after crashing and stealing a car. According to Tallahassee police, the car was reported stolen 4 days ago. The owner of the car saw the suspect, Rashad Long, driving it yesterday evening. Well, police followed the car to Pine Street, where Long attempted to get away. Long hit 2 police cars, then sped off. Officers then chased him to Clark Avenue and Seminole Drive, where he crashed. Long and a female passenger attempted to run, but was caught. He was caught. The female passenger is still on the run. She's described as black, about 5'6", and wearing a plaid shirt. Call Tallahassee police if you have any information. A Tallahassee teacher accused of failing to report child abuse has been sentenced. Sunshine Jacobs will serve 2 years probation and 250 hours of community service. Now, Jacobs taught at the Magnolia School on West Tharp Street. Prosecutors say that she and 2 other teachers did not report abuse claimed by a 12-year-old student. Kathleen McGlynn has already been sentenced to 3 years probation and 200 hours of community service. Sharon McQueen is set to appear in court next year. It seems like citrus in Central Florida isn't being affected by all this rain. The annual Florida Citrus Parade took place in Orlando earlier this week. Marching bands and floats decorated the fruit-filled the actual streets there. As you can see, nearly 100,000 pieces of citrus were used for the floats. On the campaign trail, Donald Trump has declared war against his opponents in next year's election. Trump wrapped up his last day of campaigning for the year at a rally in South Carolina last night. He ended the rally with a warning for his political rivals.
Respond to Hillary. She came out with that. No. She came out, remember she wrote, she said, he's demonstrated a penchant. I demonstrated a penchant for sexism. Can you believe it? Me. I did have to mention her husband's situation, okay? And that is now the biggest story on television.
Well, Donald Trump is the front runner of the Republican presidential candidates. Comedian Bill Cosby has now been criminally charged for an alleged sexual assault that happened nearly 12 years ago. Cosby was arraigned on accusations involving former Temple University employee Andrea Constant. Well, he's charged with 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault. 7 other accusers have already filed civil lawsuits against Cosby.
If he's convicted of similar type of conduct, it has a significant impact on the civil case.
Well, 78-year-old's bail was set at $1 million. His next court date is set for January 14th. If you're planning on celebrating New Year's Eve in Tallahassee, there are several events going on tonight. In Tallahassee, there will be a celebration downtown starting at 7 p.m. Now, several roads will be blocked off today ahead of the occasion. And over in Wild Adventures in Valdosta, they're holding a kid-style celebration, they say, that kicks off at 6 p.m. And don't forget, AAA can help you avoid drinking and driving this New Year's holiday. Its Tow to Go program runs through January 2nd. It offers a confidential tow and ride to a safe location. The service is free for all drivers in Florida and Georgia. The phone number to remember, 855-2TOW-2GO. Better safe than sorry. You don't ever want to get behind the wheel if you're feeling like you've had too much to drink there, for sure.
Of course, people need to be careful on the
They
roads.
do need to be